We are going to talk about 1984 by George Orwell. He is one of England's greatest critics, especially against poor governance, and an advocate for the welfare of the masses. One of his greatest works includes Animal Farm, which is a satire on dictatorship and the use of manipulation by those in power. 1984 is just a follow-up of what he had started in the previous novels. In this novel, Orwell is afraid of the new trend of the rise of dictatorial regimes in Europe and is afraid that mankind can be in danger in the future. It is a novel about the use of propaganda and the manipulation of information. The state uses enormous resources to the glory of an institution or an individual. Everything in Oceania is about the party and its charismatic leader, Big Brother. The state media projects the image of Big Brother to make him look like the protector of the state and one who has the interest of the people at heart. It also manipulates figures of production of basic commodities to give the impression that things are okay. The history of the people is also distorted to suit the image that the government wants to showcase to the people. They manipulate the people to think that there are enemies of the state to justify their vaporizations. The novel also deals with the government that is dictatorial, violent, and brutal. The government does not entertain dissenting voices against the system or the leader. Whoever has a contrary view is vaporized and imprisoned or tortured. The state even fabricates crimes and forces people to admit to them to justify their vaporization. The state also has a very powerful thought police that is everywhere, and even ordinary citizens or people spy or work for the thought police. Torture is one of the means by which they make the people to become loyal to the party and to their charismatic leader. The novel also focuses on the seizure of power by a few elites known as the inner and outer circle of the party. The party has many rules that must be obeyed by its members, although some disregard them. The inner party members, like O'Brien, live in luxury and do everything to keep the party and its leader in power. On the other hand, the masses and the poor are neglected to live rudimentary lives or to live in poverty and misery. It is a novel about the institutionalized surveillance. The state wastes resources to monitor its citizens so that they cannot come together with ideas to rebel against it. Even party members are monitored through the telescreens in their homes, and the only time when they are not monitored is when they are sleeping. Family units have disintegrated because children have been brainwashed to spy on their parents. Mrs. Parson is afraid of her own children, and her husband is betrayed by his own children at the end of the novel. It is also a novel about the bleak side of war. The Second World War had caused a lot of destruction on human life, human psychology, and property. Nevertheless, love still had a place in spite of the stifling conditions under which the people had to live. 1984 presents the reader with a society which lacks basic freedoms. There are giant posters everywhere with a picture of Big Brother warning the people that they are being watched. Lastly, the novel is relevant to the contemporary reader because most African societies and others around the globe are ruled in the same style as the government in Oceania. In short, in most of the political systems in Africa, the leader represents the state, and everything is done to glorify the image of the leader in the eyes of the people and in the eyes of the international community. We therefore move to understand the novel. We will be able to handle totalitarianism.